Hello, and welcome to Behind the Street Name, Clydesider's first podcast. Have you ever been on a wander and paused to think about the history of West Dunbartonshire's street names? Take a moment to join our volunteers as they journey into the history of some well-known examples. No big coat needed, just grab a cuppa and follow along with us.
The street that I have picked is Jane Rae Gardens, based in Clydebank. It's quite a new street, probably about 20 years old in that region. Jane Rae first came to my attention through Charlie Sherry, who had wrote a poem who wanted me to put some music to it and turn it into a song. It gave me an interest because I thought, well, he's mentioned Jane Rae along with Jimmy Reid, so she must be regarded the same in the area. So when I looked into it, I found out Jane Rae was an activist who was actually born in Denny in Stirling and moved to Clydebank to work in Singer's factory. When she was working in Singer's, she got quite active in the fact that it was all women that worked in Singer's at that time because it was during the war. She got quite active in the fact that she could see the inequalities basically on women and workers' rights. And when it came to a head, when they tried to increase their workload but reduce their wages, she was actually instrumental in organising an all-out strike, probably the first all-out strike. It went on for over a month, and then they eventually got the company to back down and review the changes that they were going to make to their conditions. Unfortunately, her along with the 400 people that were involved in organising the strike were basically sacked. But it made her turn her attention to inequalities in life, mainly to women, as she joined the suffragette movement. And she was instrumental in the meeting at the town hall in Clydebank with Emily Pankhurst, who was running the suffragette movement at that time, and she chaired that meeting. And from there on, she then became involved in the Clydeside rent strike, it was known as. It was all over Glasgow, not just Clydebank. And it was people who, because they realised there was a shortage of housing, they were cramming families, families of 6, 7 into like single-end flats, atrocious conditions, and charging enormous rents for the conditions that they were living in. So she decided to organise a rent strike, which took over, I think it started with 1,500 people holding back their rent, withholding, and it grew to about 20,000, which was instrumental in the government passing a bill for landlords that protected renters. So that was on its own absolute some achievement. She then went to become to become Justice of the Peace, which really shocked me, but I suppose when you're fighting against the high society, then all of a sudden you become part of it. But what better way than to try and change the structure of things than be involved in it yourself. So that's basically what I know about Jane Rae now that I never knew before I looked at the words of that song. So I'm well impressed with it.